We know.
Yeah. So Speechify is our remote first team. There's 45 AI engineers on our research team. There's about 150 product-facing software engineers, and we have people in 36 countries now. 200 people in total. Everybody's really good at engineering. So communications become really important. And I can't have a situation where you're blocking somebody else. Like if someone else is blocking you, number one, it's your responsibility to inform them that they are your bottleneck and inform them multiple times a day that they are your bottleneck. But we also really believe in people learning. So if that person cannot unblock you, you should go and learn how to unblock yourself right now. But if that person doesn't give you an answer, you're stuck. You don't know whether you should invest the time to unblock yourself or you should wait for that person. Another principle that we have is managing up. If your team leader needs something from you, obviously you need to respond, but you should update them anyway about what you're doing. Like in the morning, the first thing that you should do is send your leader, hey, here's my top 3 goals for the day. And then they shouldn't respond unless you're going in the wrong direction, in which case they'll adjust your direction. But if someone is messaging you to get unblocked, it is beholden on you to give them a response. And that response can be, hey, busy right now, can give you the response by 4 p.m. or hey, won't be able to get used to you until like 3 days from now. Just like give me a timeline or just give me the answer. And then if you're the person asking and you didn't get the response, call them on the phone. Like, I don't know why people don't use WhatsApp calls more. Just call on the phone. They'll give you the answer and then move on.
Young people are scared to call.
Everybody. Yeah. Young people are very scared to call. And I think that at this point, like people above 45 are willing to call and below 45 are not, because everybody's like, that skill has atrophied. Just get the answer, move on.
We actually had a viral video the other day because I said that if you don't respond to a message within a 3-hour period, I call it the Titanic rule. The movie Titanic's 3 hours long. Everyone should be able to go to the cinema with their families. If you don't respond within 3 hours, it can be, hey, I'm busy, I'm at a football game. Cool, fine, that's a good answer. But like, you need to respond within 3 hours, even on weekends. I got decimated for it. Decimated.
Wrong culture. It's fine. Like obviously, if you're asleep, don't respond. If you're with, but even if you're with the kids, like you could tell me I'm not free right now. Just tell me I'm not free right now.
Yeah, dropping kids off at school, back later.
Yeah, just inform me.
Fine, totally agree.
And by the way, the reason is we are so privileged to live in a world where you can work from your house, you can work remotely, you could take vacation, you could do whatever you want, be anywhere in the world. You don't even need to work 9 to 5. Like you want to work at 3 p.m. on a Monday, on a midnight, that like on a Saturday, that's fine too. Like take all of Tuesday off. But just get the work done that you said that you were going to do and make sure you have a responsibility for your team because it is a living organism. Help the organism win. You need a fire under your ass that said everything needs to have been shipped yesterday. Like speed is the number one strategic advantage for any company, especially today. And if you're not adding to the speed, you're by definition distracting from the speed. It means this culture is wrong and either you fix that or you're not in the right culture.
What can I do today to increase the speed of my company? Like set daily deadlines or goals?
No, deadlines are challenging. Goals are also, like you definitely said goals. So a dream is a goal without a deadline. So always add a deadline. And it goes on a calendar with multiple people on the invite. So I'm going to ship this to production by, not Tuesday, by 3 p.m. on Tuesday. Invite Rohan, Simon, Cliff, Pankaj. So everybody knows. And then sometimes we have calendar invites that start with, this is not a meeting, is a deadline. And then if that day, the second you know it's not going to be released by that time, you're responsible to update everybody else. Hey, it's not going to be done by here. Here's why. I'm going to do it 24 hours later. That's fine. But just update us. And when you launch it, send me a screen recording or a Loom video showing me that it's done so I can give you feedback. Like I'd love to get a test flight link too, but like ideally just send me a screen recording to begin. That's number one. And then the other thing is just increase speed is show it yourself. Like when people message you, message back. When you need something, call people. Like if you are moving fast and it's clear that you are hungry and you need it to happen now, everybody will adapt to the way that you behave.
What did you do too fast that you then later subsequently regretted in a major way?
So I think you did an episode of Mark Andreessen who was like, I don't introspect because you don't want to learn the wrong lesson. I'm trying to think about it. I can't come up with something that was objectively a mistake. The closest thing I can think of is we had 2 people that we hired from Apple and Snapchat, like very legit people. And they messed up the culture of the company. They would leave at 5:30 p.m. They like didn't live and breathe the company. And in the end, both of them quit after 3 months. And we got very lucky that they quit, but I didn't let them go within the first 30 days, right? Like that was a mistake. But I was young. I didn't know, what to, like what good meant. Later I learned also, I was like begging and borrowing for people to work for my company at the time. Like we didn't have any, like, thank you for working for me at the time, at least.
I was thinking this going to bed last night, which is like, I've never, ever not seen a young founder not fall for big logos. Ever.
Right.
Every single
You have
year.
to.
Yeah. It's just like the canonical path. You will learn the lesson. The other thing you learn as you get older, I'm sure you find this, and you're a tiny bit older than me now, it's like, humans are kind of the same. We make the same mistakes. We do it continuously. Would you be long Snap?
No.
That's it. Why?
One, we try to run ads on Snap all the time. We never succeed. So if you're a rep on the growth team of Snap, send me an email, teach me how to make Snap work. I haven't succeeded. I've been trying. Two, there is a portion of the population that uses Snapchat as their main form of communication. Like over iMessage, they message on Snapchat. I don't think that the way that they're dealing with their cash is fastidious today. I think they're overpaying creators left, right, and center. And I just think that the lunch is completely eaten by Meta at this point.
We were talking about like calls versus messages. Slack messages kill your company.
Yeah.
Any tips for me on Slack etiquette?
Oof. Most long Slack messages should have been a phone call. Just call. You'll get the answer immediately, and then the person can ask you follow-up questions. Like, that's so easy. And then all your engineers who are supposed to be coding are spending time reading Slack. Like, I'd rather you put that in the PR commit message. Like, there's just no reason. And so, yes, there's things that you do need to communicate on Slack, but you just call. The other thing is, right, we have this internal voice agent. Like, the world is getting eaten by voice agents now. It's just so much faster to communicate by voice than to communicate by text, period. And so text is great for asynchronous, but if you're trying to move fast, you don't want to go asynchronous. You want to move now.
You said about the Apple and the Snap. Oh, they quit, but I should have got rid of them earlier, whatever. Normally you do a performance review, put them on a performance improvement plan. Why are performance reviews a waste of time?
Total waste of time.
Why?
So the problem is that you didn't communicate to them ahead of time what the goal was. So typically the reason why people end up on a PIP is because they didn't ship something to production. And so I have a philosophy that if you made something amazing, but it's not in production, it's a waste of time. Like you get no credit unless it's in production. The analogy I always give someone is you're a farmer and you are a milk delivery guy and you have the best milk in the world and you put it in a bottle, but you didn't put it on my doorstep. You put it down the street and now the milk is spoiled. There's literally no point for all this milk that you created. It's like you're a football player and you didn't put the ball in the goal. You put it right before the line. You didn't cross the end zone. No credit. And so the problem that the leader has in that situation is they should have informed the person ahead of time that they have not shipped the thing to production. And so all you do is you get on a call. You go, hey, Harry, listen, we've been working together for 30 days. You still haven't shipped anything to production. We're a startup. And so like the only time that I, as a CEO, get recognized is when things go to production. I need you to put your thing in production in the next, whatever, how big is the feature, 72 hours. If you can't, reduce the scope of the feature. If it has 8 features, only focus on 1, but ship that thing to production. Like get it through PR. And that doesn't mean you submit the PR. It means whoever needs to approve your pull request, get on the phone with them and get them to review it live right now. Then you go and QA it. And if you're not allowed to QA it, call the QAs, get them to approve it right now. And if there's an issue, then you go fix it. Just all the timelines, make them faster. Ride that feature until it is in production. And then I know that you're an actual outcome owner, not just an engineer. And so as long as you communicate that, the 72 hours end, you still didn't send the feature to production, you don't need a performance review. The person's just not an outcome owner. And then you need to decide, are you okay with not having an outcome owner in the company? That's up to you then.
No. You said about QA there. QA is now the most valuable skill in the world.
Totally.
Why is that? And why are most people shit at it?
All right. So in a world where software engineering is commoditized and design is commoditized, if you try to build stuff with cloud code, even if you give it all the tools in the world, it will not succeed in QAing itself to perfection. Definitely not on different devices and different phones and like when the Wi-Fi goes down and all that stuff. You still need a human to do that. I'm amazed to see, even with very good software engineers and designers, how often they fail to put themselves in the user's shoes and just test edge cases. Like I have a friend who works directly for Elon. Elon's like the best QA. He'll always find your bugs. And it's like super embarrassing. And I find the same thing at Speechify. Like I sometimes find more bugs than the actual QA team does. Because it's in production live, like I see it. And so then I call people immediately or I send them a screen recording. I'm like, why do we have this bug? And like either there's a good explanation for why the bug is there, in which case I'm cool, got it. It's like just a huge lift to fix this, and like we'll fix it later. So maybe we'll tweak the scopes to like bury it a little bit, or like it's actually relatively simple to fix. Like let's fix it. And so let's say you built a feature with one shot of like a great prompt on Cloud Code, and now it's on your phone. The next 48 hours is just you finding the bugs and making just indelible piece of software that does not break, and then you ship that thing to production. That's what separates a good product. That's what separates a product from a great product. Just QA. And so this is the other thing that we do. Let's say you have a person who's not an amazing outcome owner. They can't ride people like that. Hey, that's okay. That's a personality trait. But if they're still a good software engineer, they will be good at QA. So before letting them go, I'd actually rather put them in QA for a little bit, see how well they do in QA. And if they do well there, that tells me something. And we should not get rid of that person. Like we should just coach them properly. But if they're also bad at QA, then you should let them go.
So much of company interactions assessing talent is done in meetings in some respects. Why did you ban meetings?
We hate meetings. So number one, I like having an asynchronous culture. I don't want you to not be able to go and take your kid to soccer practices. And I don't want you to not be able to go hang out with your wife at a movie. And like, if there's a meeting on your calendar and it's 60 minutes long, 30 minutes before that, you still need to be home. 30 minutes after that, you still need to be home. You can't think about the project that you're doing. It's better if I just call you for 3 minutes or if I just text you. There's no reason for meetings. The other thing I hate about meetings is situations where one person is talking and 5 people are listening. That should have just been an email, or that could have been a Slack message. Like, who needs this? Nobody needs this. You're just creating slowness for absolutely no reason. The places where meetings become a core of a company is companies that don't know their direction. And so the meetings are used to try and find the direction. In that case, just go work out with someone from your team or a group and like chat about it. And you're doing something else at the same time that's like building togetherness. The other thing I really dislike is performance reviews. We used to have a situation where leaders, we don't have managers, we have leaders. I don't like the fat general sitting in the back saying, take that hill. I want the guy who's running up the hill first, engaging the enemy first. Like you should be the strongest individual contributor in your team if you're leading that team. If you need a people manager, we'll give you a people manager to manage the communication. But I want you mainly hands on keyboard, coding, designing, talking to users. We had leaders who were spending 8 hours a week in performance management meetings with their 8 direct reports. So I was like, this is stupid. We're going to cut that to 15 minutes instead of 60 minutes. And we're going to do it every other week because there literally is no reason for doing that. Just have a habit of your team sends you their top 3 priorities every single morning. You don't respond unless the direction is bad, in which case you tell them this is the correct direction to go.
Do you like HR?
If by HR you mean recruiting, I love recruiting. If by HR you mean like dealing with internal politics and issues, we, for the most part, have succeeded in sidestepping it so far. Amen. Thank you.
I tweeted it recently, and basically the only people who shit on me because they were like, recruiting is really important, and I completely agree. But I think it's so important that I take talent out of HR. Like for me, talent is its own independent function, and HR is the management. There's the acquisition, and then there's management. And bluntly, I don't think great people need that much management. Right. Like vacation monitoring is not something that great people need.
The way I think about it is, if we hire you, I'm not going to be your manager. You need to manage me. I need you to tell me where I need to unblock you. And if I know that, I will go and unblock you. And we had this a lot in the beginning of the company. I would just hire a ton of people, and then I'd give them the goal. And then if they got it, I'll give them the next one. And if they got it, I give them the next one. But some people would just stop communicating. And like they naturally just stopped working at Speechify because they didn't keep communicating. Like you just need to be interested in the problem and think about it all the time and work towards it and send demos, and then you make progress. And that energy is the thing that I'm hiring for. Like our leadership team is stacked because everybody is a savage. They think about the product constantly. They're constantly like, Rohan just launched this great thing. If you go to speechifyvoices.ai and if you email me, cliff@speechify.com, we'll give you 1 million minutes for free to use Speechify. He just like thought about it in the shower, launched it. Like you just want to do a situation where your team pushes as hard as you do. That's it.
Do you think everyone can be a doer, or do you think, so you do, you don't think it's like inbuilt in you?
No, I think everybody can be a doer. I have this concept, which is I like awakening people. Like I meet people and like Steve Jobs has this great quote. It's like, the world around us was built by people no smarter than you or I, right? You live your life. You want to try to not bump into the world too much, but like you could do things. And like someone just needs to tell you that you can do things sometimes. And the second you see it, especially if you're next to someone who's like a really high quality operator, you're like, oh yeah, I can do those things. There's a great question that I like, is like, who's the first person who believed in you more than you believed in yourself? And so that's my favorite thing to do, is like, I'll meet someone, I'll be like, this is such a talented person, and I can see how amazing they are. And and it gets to the point that I believe in their ability more than they believe in their ability. And so I just give them more responsibility and more opportunity, and they almost always rise to the occasion. Sometimes they don't, in which case we figure out how to help them get to that place. But yes, everybody can become a doer.
You said you were hiring a lot of people quite quickly at one point. You never